You're now listening to the Z-Listers podcast with Brady, Neil, and AJP.
All right, let's get going.
Are you going to start?
I guess. Fucking.
Settle down.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Z-Listers podcast. My name is AJP. Next to me, not across today, next to me is the conversational dam himself, Brady Neal.
Hi, guys.
And today, we have a very special guest on the podcast, episode number 2, Tory Lava.
Hello, everyone. Hello, AJP. Hello, Brady.
Hello.
How are you, Tory?
I'm lovely this morning. I'm
Tory-
excited. I'm a little nervous, honestly.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
It is a little, I'm a little nervous too to have a guest, because usually it's just me and this guy.
Well, I'm nervous because, remember back in the day when I was 15, I used to interview people, and now I'm being
It's just a
interviewed.
conversation.
It is just a conversation, yes, but now the questions are going to be put on me, so
Is it, how's it feel?
it feels weird.
Does it?
I like it though. I love having conversations with people.
So give everybody your background.
My background? Okay,
Yeah.
well, hello, hi. My name is Tory Lava. I'm from New Jersey, and I am a psychic medium, card reader, clairescence, spiritual healer, and empath.
Concert promoter.
Former concert promoter. Thank you very much. Former journalist.
Blogger.
I am a blogger. I am
Instagram
actually a
fashion star.
Stop.
Model.
I am stop. No, but mostly what I do is I connect with spirits and energy and really with people, and it's all about healing, spreading love and positivity, and I do it through card readings and just readings in general. And then for my blog, I do more of a empowering woman, so definitely a feminist, and I just like to spread in the positivity. So it's all good. I'm living the dream, you guys. I just one day at a time, just spread that love, because this world kind of sucks right now. So what are you gonna do?
Before we get into the cards, because what do you have over there?
I have 3 crystals in front of me. I have my sage,
Did you
and I have
charge them?
2 cards. Yes, I did charge my crystals.
Okay. I'm
a
just
crystal
checking.
When I
fanatic.
leave the house and I forget to charge my crystals.
You guys don't understand. You think that's funny, but
No,
it
it's
kind of
real.
is, because
It's
it's
real.
true. This is my real life.
My girl got crystals. I asked her if she charges them under full moon.
Is that Jenny? Isn't that the girl that you
Her
said?
name is Jessica on
Jessica
the podcast.
on the podcast. Shout out Jessica.
Before we get into all that, though,
Yes.
and that
Aaron.
dank you got over there, too.
It's not dank, it's sage. Thank you very
Ironic.
much.
Does sage come in flavors, or is it all the same?
I'm pretty sure it's all the same.
Okay.
I mean, you have white sage and then different kind of sages, but
Why's it got to be white?
I don't know. I don't make the sage
Okay, I'm
rules.
just
Can't
asking.
get cotton candy, like Smurf Dream.
You know what? That would be kind of cool if they took. I mean, you could put lavender, and you could burn your sage with lavender. I've done that before, and it's amazing. But yeah, that would be really cool. Actually, like a cotton candy, some kind of
if they had a
fruity
vape flavor line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it works like that though. Sorry.
Okay, but before we get into all that, I want to talk about people you've interviewed, because I'm very jealous at some of the people that
God,
you've
why are
interviewed.
we going back to my
just
past?
just a little bit, because you're gonna.
Can
you're
we make
gonna,
it short?
Oh yes, but don't complain about the past when you're over
Okay.
here about to talk to demons.
First of all, I don't talk to demons. I talk to loved ones. Thank you very much.
Well, some of my
I don't
loved
summon
ones are
demons. I'm not a witch. Not that witches do that. I mean, some
You've
people
been to
do.
Salem, so you're. Pretty
I love
much a
Salem.
witch.
Salem's my favorite place. You
I've
guys.
been there too, and I'm.
Salem
a witch
is
now,
great.
Too.
It's a great little city. It's a lot of fun to go on the tours.
How much are they paying you to say this?
What?
Salem
I
sucks.
should be a
It
sponsor.
was scary as
Actually,
shit.
if any city wants to sponsor me or any clothing line, I got you.
We have
guys.
a couple
No, I'm
fake
kidding.
sponsors.
Fake sponsors, yeah.
So no, but let's talk about people you've interviewed.
Fine. What do you want to ask?
I don't know. Tell me some people you've interviewed.
All right, should I tell you?
Who's your favorite interview?
I think my favorite interview would either be Sum 41, because that was very, very.
I
That
told
was
you,
real.
she's out
That
here.
felt very real. I very felt like a journalist in that moment. I was 17. I emailed them saying, "Hey, you guys are going to be here. I have a YouTube channel. I would love to do an interview with them," and they agreed to it, which blew my mind, because I'm like, this is my favorite band since I was 10.
Was that at Warped Tour?
No, it was actually at Stone Pony. It was 2012. They were supposed to play Starland Ballroom, and then that huge snowstorm in 2012 happened. Forget which one it was, or maybe it was the hurricane, but the show got moved to Asbury Park at the Stone Pony, and that was just like an unreal moment for me. I'm like, I'm sitting here with two members of my favorite band since I was little. Like, this is cool. Other than that, Bam Margera.
I was gonna bring
that
him up.
was a lot of fun.
You were on his tour bus, weren't you?
I was on his tour bus, yes, and I brought my friend to videotape. Shout out Vinny P.
Shout out Vinny P.
And that was a really cool interview. That was a lot of fun. Someone took like a photo of us while like mid-interview.
Was Vinny on the bus too?
It was on his Instagram. Yeah, Vinny was the one recording it for
That's
me.
awesome.
Yeah, so it was a good time. Other than that, like
Hoodie Allen,
Hoodie Allen was my first interview. I was like
Chris Webby,
15.
On
Yeah.
Cue, Cam Meekins,
Stop.
Willie Gonza.
Shout out to all my friends.
And I still couldn't get an interview. And here we are years later.
You're getting an interview right
I'm
now.
being
but it's the other
interviewed
way
right
around.
now.
I want to be
I don't-
interviewed. But
This
not on
is
my
the
own
thing
podcast.
this is the thing about the music industry, and this is why I kind of like left it. I think it's a
enough
really
spirits.
cool. Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's a really cool scene. I like you do have really humbling people, and then you also have very egotistical people, and it's very crazy. It's very, I want to say, manipulative. I think when I did it, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be like, I love the fast pace. I love the movement. I love that every day was different. You know, you never know what you're going to get. Now I do the same. It's very fast paced. You never know what you're going to get, but it's more in a different aspect. Like, I don't know. I just think the music scene, it's always changing and it's always evolving. And I just couldn't keep up with it. So I'm like, my time is done with this. Like, I want to step back and I want to really focus on myself. And while I was focusing on myself, I discovered that I have these abilities to do this. And that's what I like doing. Because if I liked helping artists so much, I now just love helping people in general, not just artists.
How do you discover a talent like this?
Wait,
How does
this
it
is-
come about?
I want to ask that, but I want to talk one more thing
Okay.
about the concert stuff. I know.
Okay, that's
we'll
fine.
move on.
Yeah. Oh man,
So-
you're just bringing me back to like all these flashbacks and
Because
memories I had.
this is why I want to ask you this stuff when we talk, but
Yeah.
you call me and you're like, "How are you?" And then as soon as I start telling you how I am, you're like, "Oh, gotta go," and then you hang up on me.
Spirit's calling. No. I'm
Yes. So, not only did you interview people, but you were a concert promoter, so you
Yes.
booked a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you who is the worst person to deal with, but I want to answer first, and then I want to know if your answer is the same. The worst person. So you think, and I'm gonna say who I think was the worst.
No, I'm not going to answer that because I don't talk about negativity.
Riff Raff.
No, Riff Raff was fine.
I thought. Oh.
No,
I thought you
it
were
was.
gonna name, like,
that
a
was
type
absolutely
of
fine.
person, not-
Yeah.
not actually
No,
name
Riff Raff.
drop
No,
somebody.
no.
Jody
He
High Roller.
performed at the. I would like to keep the venue private. He performed at a venue that I was working with, and he was fine. Like, it wasn't really a big deal. I wasn't the one that brought him in, but like I helped to run the show that night, and I did get to meet him, and he was just kind of like really into his phone. I'm like,
Did he
I just
tiptoe in
want.
his
This is the
Jordans?
thing. This is the thing. I just wanted a photo with him just to say that I met Riff Raff. I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like these guys don't care. Some of them do. Like, every time I see On Cue, I love him. He's always so nice to me. Like, we have great conversations. Same thing with Cam. Like, Chris Webby, like all those kind of guys, like they're all phenomenal people, and I love all of them. It's just that, yeah, Riff Raff is just I don't know. You have really great people who are very high up there, and they're all very kind to me. Bam Margera, amazing guy, super nice to me.
Really?
And then he was so
Why'd
friendly.
you say it like really? Why'd you
He
say it
was
like
so
that?
friendly. Same thing, guys in Sum 41.
That was his
super
band,
nice
right?
to me. What was that?
That was Bam's band, right?
Yes, it was called
Fuckface Unstoppable.
Yes, thank you. Because I don't like to curse. I try not to curse. I'm trying to give that up for Lent. I have a very bad potty mouth. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can.
So what was your question again? I'm sorry.
How
I
does
just
one
wanted to know that.
go about discovering such a talent as speaking to the
Dead.
yes?
It's kind of funny that you call it a talent. I don't like to call it a talent. I think a talent is like singing or dancing or something along those lines. I like
Would
to
you
call
prefer
it.
to call it a gift?
Yes and no. I call it an ability because I have the ability to do this when someone else might not.
Right.
Makes sense. And it kind of goes back to my childhood. I was very little. I remember going into my elementary school bathroom, and I just always felt I wasn't alone. I always felt there was some kind of energy there. Meanwhile, I learned like later on the building's been there, the property's been there for like hundreds of years, and always felt there was a presence in the bathroom. And then getting older in middle school, I kind of realized that I could pick up on people's energies. And I could be like, oh, no, I don't want to talk to them because they don't like me. And then I later found out, like, what happened. And just, like, I could tell when people were, like, bothered with me without saying it and things like that. I really just picked up on people's emotions and, like, I guess social cues in a sense. And I was really easy to pick up on that. And it wasn't until high school and even just, like, towards the end of middle school and high school, I was like, I'm different from, like, something's not right with me. Like, I'm not able to fit in with people. I always kind of consider myself like a one-woman wolf pack because I always like being independent. I like being alone, and I'm fine with that. And it wasn't until later on in high school I really started just getting into like ghost shows and TV shows like that and reading up on like the other side and things like that. And the first time I heard about Salem was when we were reading The Crucible. Is that the right book? I think it's The Crucible. Yeah. And I thought that was like the coolest thing. I'm like, wait, witches? Like what? And I got not like I got really into witches. And this is a thing that people find very misleading about me. I don't do witchcraft. I don't do magic. I don't summon demons.
Mm-hmm. But you could if you wanted to, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't do that.
Right.
And that stuff always scared me. I'd watch it in the TV shows, and I like, I've seen the horror movies, and I'm like, I'm not doing that because that's also a very you're playing with fire. You know what I mean? You never. It could go out easily, or it could burn down the house.
Right.
So I say,
if you're gonna do it big, right?
No, I do it gently.
So you like to talk to grandmas and uncles.
Yeah, basically, like, why am I going to try to talk to demons when I could just talk to someone's grandma? So anyway, to answer your question, I'm starting to rambling. So that's the kind of the backstory on how it developed. But it wasn't until I'm 22 now. I was about 19 years old, and I was dating a guy at the time, and his house was 300 years old. And I knew from the moment I stepped in there, I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of energy in here. I could just feel it. I always felt watched. I always felt kind of uncomfortable. I hated being alone. And we would always joke about his basement. And he was like, oh, yeah, you don't want to go down there. So one day I was like, you know what? I do want to go down there. I absolutely want to go down there.
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally, right? And I couldn't even make it past like 3 steps. I was like, get me the F out of here. There's a little boy down here. Like, there's such a sad presence of energy. And that's the thing. I could also pick up on like people's moods and rooms and things like that. And I was like, I can't be down here. So I left. I ended up meeting this woman who is now one of my best friends. She's like my spiritual mentor. She's a phenomenal person. And it was like fate. Like, we instantly met like fate, and it was like meant to be that she was supposed to be in my life. She definitely helped me and guided me, but she like confirmed, she's like, she was telling me, she's like, oh, I don't know if you know this, but like I see dead people. And I was like, whoa, really? Like, that's so interesting because I feel like I have some kind of ability to do that, but I don't know what. And before I could even finish my sentence, she goes, there's a little boy behind you. It's the little boy from my ex's house. And he just kind of felt latched onto me. And it was him. He was following me because I was always at the house. He kind of like, he took the lead to like be with me in sense of a spirit type of way, and I was always at the house. I don't feel him anymore. I used to feel him all the time, constantly around me.
You might not want to say that out loud.
Why?
You felt the little boy?
That's disgusting. That's like not even funny, dude. That's really gross.
I'm just saying, for legal reasons, we should probably edit that out.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, let me re-say that. So I always felt the boy's presence around me, a spiritual presence, and he was kind of like more of a spiritual guidance, because we all have guardian angels.
Have you ever like been overwhelmed with energy to where you've passed out?
No. Overwhelmed when I needed to like distance myself from real people in real life and walk away and go take a nap for 5 hours. Yes, that's happened multiple times, because sometimes it gets too strong where like everyone's trying to communicate with me, and it's exhausting. So
you said you don't talk to demons and you don't do scary stuff.
No.
But how do you know you're not opening up some a scary kind of spirit worms?
That's a really great question, and
don't want to do that.
Sometimes I just know. It's kind of like that gut feeling, and I go with my intuition.
So if you start feeling like it's getting dark,
I leave.
Close the door.
I close it. I do it. You got to do it. Like,
You
if
call it a
there's
door?
let's
I wanna
say
use
it
the
like
right
this.
words here.
I was at a photo shoot. I was working with a photographer. I was at a photo shoot. We were at a state park, and
Humble brag there, you little model.
part-time, you guys. If anyone needs a model, plus-size model, I got you. Professionally published, low-key. No, I'm just kidding. But so we're at a state park, and this park is over 300 years old. I've done my research on it because the first time I went there, I was like, there's something wrong with here. Like, I feel a lot of things. So I went home. Turned out it was like Civil War people there. The house is like, the property's super haunted. I don't think anything of it. I'm like, they're there, they're living there. It's fine. It's just like when I live in my house. Like, I don't want to interrupt or intrude on anyone's property. So we're doing this photo shoot. I just all of a sudden hear a roar in my ear. It was like a rush. I just made that noise without the laughing. And I just heard it in my ear. And I look at my photographer and I was like, did you say something? And he's like, no, why? And I'm like, all right, we got to go. And we looked around. No one was by us. Like, that was my sign of saying, like, all right, cool. You're here. You're taking photos, but you need to leave. You need to leave this area now. And we went to a different area.
Was this recently?
This was recently. And my photographer sends me the photos. There is a man in the window of that photo. Of that photo, there is a man in that window. And you can see him clear as day.
Do you have
On
the photo?
top of that, I do have the photo. On top of that, I texted it to my photographer, and I was like, haha, very funny editing. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, there's a man in the window. He's like, Tori, I swear I did not put that there. Like, I didn't even notice that until you pointed that out to me. So, here, let me show you the photo.
You were outside and there was like a house or something behind you? And
Yeah. We were in this property at a state park. So, here's the photo. You guys can see it.
Grab her phone, Brady. Okay.
How do you want to do it with the microphones? And then zoom in on that window. I think on my left-hand side, it's the smaller window. You see a gentleman's face.
Fuck, I just got chills.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Do you see it?
No.
Do you see it? It looks like he has a mustache.
Yes, and a beard.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude. You don't see it?
No.
Holy shit.
The funny thing is,
Look,
I've
I
shown
can't
it to
zoom in
different
anywhere, but
people.
It's right between my thumbs right there. See the outline of the nose and the eyes? And then he has like a mustache.
And a beard. And like kind of long hair.
I honestly thought it was going to be a stretch here, but holy shit, I see it.
Is that not clear as day?
I'd just like to say to everybody, there is dirt on the window. I don't see a face. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I do not see a face.
I definitely see it.
I want to see the face more
Dude,
than
I
anything.
totally see it though. You don't see it. Right there.
Oh, okay.
He looks like a cowboy.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like Civil War. It's kind of like Civil War era, but
Listen, I want to think it's a cowboy, okay?
that's fine. If you want to think of it as
I'm on your
cowboy,
side
by
with
all
this,
means.
okay? Let it be a cowboy.
So,
I'm like Fox Mulder from the X-Files. I want to believe.
So I'm part of this Facebook group that has about like 30,000 psychics and mediums, and we all kind of just like, we'll post a photo.
Any
and
smalls
be
and
like,
larges? Sorry,
what was
I
that?
had to.
What'd you say?
I said any smalls and larges.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I had to.
So we all kind of just like post photos and people will read each other and things like that. And like I've done a couple of live streams on that before. And right after we did the photo shoot, I took a photo of the house and I posted it. Like everyone started commenting, oh my God, I see this face. I see someone in the window. I'm getting the sense that this happened and that happened. And I explained the story. And then I posted that photo that I just showed you guys. And everyone was like, oh yeah, there's the gentleman in the mirror. So in the window, excuse me. So yeah, that happened, and you know, it's nothing out of the ordinary.
You didn't go
for
in
me
that
now.
building. You were just outside of it.
I have been in that building before. They had an open house on the property, and that building was open. And I remember walking in with my mom. The problem thing was, it was like they did like a Victorian tea, so it was very like people were eating and chatting, and we kind of just stepped in and stepped out. I didn't really get to. There's so many people there. I didn't really feel the energy. The property itself, I felt a lot of the energy.
Me and Brady were talking the other day, and I told him that I hit a bird once when I was driving, and I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
And I did feel bad for a little bit, but then we were like, they have all of that up there. Like, if I hit a bird with the car, it's like, you were down here. I just want the ground. You know, they have the whole sky. So the thing is, like, if like you said, you heard that noise and you were outside. Don't you think that's a little selfish of the spirits? Because like,
Yeah.
like why do they? You know what I mean?
It's their property. They were there
Inside
before
and
me.
outside.
Do you
Okay,
ever,
but like, do you want an intruder inside your home? It's the same game.
do you ever?
No,
just
I'm saying
think
like you were outside.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean?
It's
It
still,
should
I
just
think
leave
it's
you
still
alone.
just the property. That's, you know, you got a good point and you have a really great question. But I don't really know how to answer that, to be perfectly honest.
Do you ever just feel tempted to be like, "What are you gonna do, bitch?" You know?
No,
Like, when
never.
some spirit's like,
I don't
"Get out."
I don't disrespect spirit ever,
Uh-huh.
dude. They're with me at all times. I'm always being guided by them. It's definitely a crazy lifestyle, I guess you could say I have.
It might make for a cool story, though. You know, if
Oh,
you were like,
sure.
"Go fuck yourself," and then you like got scratches or something. you'd be
No,
like,
that's not
my
okay.
God.
See, that's demonic. That's just no.
So spirits can't
scary.
scratch, only demons scratch. Spirits
I
don't have
don't know.
fingernails.
That's actually that's a very good question. I don't know about that. I know, like, obviously demons are very, I don't really like talking about demons because it's a very scary topic. And I don't work with them. I don't talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. That's kind of a different topic of conversation, you could say. I call spirits as I could, like, they're ghosts. Spirits are ghosts. Spirits are your grandparents that passed away. Spirits are your guardian angels, things of that. That's where I refer to as spirits. So as far as them doing that, they don't necessarily do that as far as I know, but like you'll hear like a knock. You'll hear like the lights flickering off. I gave this woman a reading and I was like, do you wake up in the middle of the night at this time? And do you see the lights going on? Is this TV station on? She's like, yeah, all of that happens. I'm like, okay, well, that's your loved one saying hello. It's things like that. They're not going to hurt you. They're going to move your coat. They're going to move the door. They're going to shut the door. They're going to play with the lights. They're going to do things like that to get your attention. Does that answer your question?
I think so.
Okay.
This may sound like I'm trying to be silly, but I promise you I'm not.
Okay, I believe you.
How come most of the time the spirits, like you're talking about, like this guy, like from the Civil War and stuff.
Yeah, from the photo.
Yeah, why are there no like newer spirits? Where are they at?
You know, I saw a meme the other day. Did you guys see
I
that?
did see that.
Where it was like the 1800 ghosts haunting my house or all like whatever. But we're at like the 2007. It's Britney's bitch like spirits at. But I don't know. I think they are there, you know?
Yeah.
They are there. It's just that older properties, you have more energy.
That makes sense.
You know, within time, like realistically at one point of our lives, we're all going to be gone. And we might be living on this earth technically, because the thing is with ghosts that they don't cross over. It takes them a while to cross over because they have quote unquote unfinished business. That's what people like to say. And their business on earth isn't complete yet. So
Do you believe in past lives?
oh, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. I've gotten my past life read before, so
Can you read mine?
I don't
you-
read past
oh.
lives. I don't. I've been looking into that. Two things I really do want to learn, and this is the whole thing with when you kind of have that intuition, you can start picking up on one thing to another. Like I wasn't able to communicate with the dead. Now all of a sudden I kind of like was practicing meditating and working with crystals and card readings, and all of a sudden like now I'm able to give a reading to someone and possibly their loved ones come through. And it's happened on multiple occasions. As for past lives, it's a little different, but I definitely want to learn how to do past life and hand reading, palm readings. But that's just like a lot of like, you got to know what each line is type of thing. So I'm working on that.
What do you do to start talking to them? Like, are you ever just like out and you just start like hearing shit?
Necessarily hearing stuff. Actually, I
Or
heard
does,
something
like,
in my
stuff-
house the other day.
Like, are you ever like at the gym or like grocery shopping and like
Yes.
you're just like, oh, I was like, not now.
yeah. Oh my God. Absolutely.
I'm not trying to be funny.
No. It is kind of like a silly question to ask, but it's like this is a serious answer, and you're kind of asking a serious question because you just want to know. Yeah, all the time. I remember when I first really started doing this, the first couple of months was very difficult because I would just I would be at the gym and I would just have high anxiety, and I would just hear kind of a voice in my, you know, that little voice in your head that you hear? It'd be someone else's voice
yeah.
and be like, hey, I know that person. Can you tell them I say hi? And it's like, no, I can't, because 1, I don't know who you are. 2, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. 3, I'm busy. 4, I don't know this person.
Right.
I don't really go out of my way to read people. That sounds bad. Like, but if I'm at a grocery store, I don't go out of my way to be like, hey, your grandma's behind you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like to try to keep my, when I'm out and about, my personal life to myself, unless it comes up in conversation or it's a friend of a friend. I'm meeting them at a party. Like, that's happened before. I'd go to a party and I'd start talking to someone and be like, I don't know if you know this, but like, this is what I do. And someone's trying to communicate with me right now through you. And it would be like their grandma, their mom, or their cousin, or something along those lines.
That group you're in on Facebook.
Yes.
Is it more men or women that are mediums?
Actually, yeah, there's a lot of women.
It's
A
more
lot of
women?
women. There are a lot of men in there too, but
Would you say it's more women than men?
yeah. But there are some great men mediums. James Van Prague, he's one of my favorites. He's phenomenal. I got to meet him once. He actually read my mother.
Did he?
Yeah, that was really cool. He was spot on about my mom and her father passing, which is my grandfather. And he was saying things like, who's Jimmy or James? And my mom was like, that's my husband. He's like, yeah, he's bothering you a lot lately, but don't worry. You guys are going on vacation, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, we're going to Italy. And he's like, is that where your father's from? She's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, he's going to be there with you like throughout the whole entire trip. So he's phenomenal. Shout out to James Van Prague if he ever hears this. But.
That's cool. Let's talk about those cards in front of you.
Yes.
You have 2 boxes.
I do.
I can't read them from here, but
I have my daily guidance from angels. They're both oracle cards, and I have my goddess guidance oracle cards. I've been practicing tarot cards. I just want to point that out, that tarot cards are different from angel oracle cards. So, would you guys like a reading?
I would.
Hell yes, I would.
So, who should I start off with
I think Brady
first?
should go first.
Brady, you want to go first?
Okay.
He's like chugging water.
Yeah, he's gotta
So,
get
Brady, I'm
hydrated.
going to be doing the angel cards first.
Uh-huh. Am I good where I'm sitting?
You are perfect where you're sitting.
Okay.
So this is kind of how I do this, and a lot of people ask like, "Oh, how do you start reading?" And this is what I do. I already saged the area where I am, but I like to sage it. Just clears out any bad energy or any energy from previous crystals or cards I may have with me. So I'm gonna light my sage real quick. Just a little
that
bit
shit
because
up.
we don't want to set the smoke alarm off.
We're in a
That would be
studio, so
bad.
can that clear out a bad energy from all the shitty bands that come in here?
So then I like to clear my deck. I put it in my left hand. I knock my deck with my right hand, and I start shuffling. And then, Brady, what I want you to do is whenever you're comfortable, please tell me when to stop.
Okay.
When you tell me to stop, that is the divine, the higher power, your spirits, your angels, your guardians, whatever you want to believe in, whatever you like to call them, telling you that you need to hear this message.
Okay.
So whenever you're comfortable, just tell me to stop.
All right.
I one time shuffled cards for 5 minutes.
I intend to beat that record.
That'd make for great podcast.
Are we just trying to kill time right now, you
Tell
guys? Like, what
your,
are we doing here?
Tell your divine
No, I'm just
spirits.
kidding.
Stop.
There
Okay.
you go.
So I'm going to pull out 3 cards. We have your past, your present, and your future.
Oh, this should be good.
So your past card, your present, and your future, they all could kind of vary depending on what it is. This could be your past from last month. This could be your past from 5 years ago. So they all kind of just tie in together. I do want to point that out. So your past card is time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenue in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you and through each phase and cycle. Your present card is joy. Joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and your future moments in the highest possible levels. And your future card is cleanse and detoxify. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help you develop life-affirming ways to deal with the stress, as well as you ease any sorrow at shedding your old ways. Give us your cares, worries, and concerns to us, and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. So I do want to talk about kind of the present right now, which is joy. And I feel like you kind of struggled a lot. And if I'm allowed to go kind of really deep into your past, I do see a little bit of state of depression with you, especially evolving around your high school days. And I feel like you're kind of trying to bring that out right now and what's going on with your life. I feel like you want to make a change with your life, but you don't know how to do it. I feel like you're very, very AJP just said accurate. Please let him speak for himself. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, if you could shut the fuck up while she's giving me the facts that I need to know, that would be great.
I'm
so
loving this.
as I was saying, you're struggling with the joy. And I think that's why you receive this card, is because you're really trying to find what makes you happy, what wakes you up every day and what motivates you. And I feel like you're trying to find that career path that goes along with it. The time to go, which is your past, I feel like you let a lot of your burdens go, but you're still working on your inner demons. I do want to say, I do feel kind of like a grudge with you. I do want to say you still kind of hold on to things. You say you let them go, but they're not properly healed and wounded. They're not properly healed, and you are still wounded. So please kind of work on those two hand in hand together. And I think that's why you got the future card, which is your cleanse and detoxify. One day, I think it's just you're gonna wake up and it's gonna click for you. Everything's kind of gonna go your way. You're gonna be living a happy life. You're gonna be having that life that you want to have, and you're not gonna be faking it till you're making it. You're genuinely going to be happy, but it starts with you and starts within.
Can you tell me what day, like what day that would be? Can I
First
just get
you
a
have to start
date?
being on time.
I want to just say this. You need to get on a routine. You have no routine, and I can see that with you. You don't do, like, and I mean this, you're laughing right now, and
I'm cheering.
he's
laughing
cheering.
'cause I'm
You're laughing.
Because this is so right.
And I just want to say your routine is very, very
Shitty.
precious. No, your routine is, you don't have a good routine, and you need to get on a routine. You don't have a routine because you don't care. You need to make more of an effort within yourself first, and then people will start seeing you in a different light. And I feel like you have a lot of issues
respect
with
you.
dating, and that's because you don't see yourself the way others want to see you, especially with girls. And you are so intimidated by females. And I say this with love, and I want this to help you, and I really hope you take this in a loving manner. You don't see yourself handsome or cute. And I just want to say right now, you are a very charming young gentleman.
I tell you this all
He
the time,
is
Brady.
blushing. Hey, any single ladies out there, this guy, he's going to change his life, and he's ready to mingle very
Give
soon.
him about 3 to 5 years, and he's your guy.
This is not going to happen overnight. It starts within. You need to have more confidence in yourself. You need to wake up every day, and you need to start. And I'm telling you, you need to do this. Otherwise, you're not going to change. You need to wake up every day, and you're going to be like, I'm going to have a great day.
Right.
I am handsome. I am charming. I got this. And you need to start doing that, because if you don't start doing that, if you don't start believing it, no one else is going to believe it.
Right.
So you need to have that confidence in yourself, and you will make it happen.
But aren't I? The card says that my future is cleanse and detoxify. So couldn't I
Yes.
just do nothing, and it's got to happen
sweetheart,
anyway?
It does
You
not
gotta
work
work
like
for it.
that.
But it's a guarantee,
You gotta
though.
work for it.
I could do nothing.
You need to cleanse out the negativity in your life, all the bad habits you
Okay.
have. That's
AJ,
what it means.
You're gone.
So you guys might not be friends anymore. No, I'm kidding. You need to surround yourself with more of a supportive. Not saying AJP isn't, but you need to surround yourself with supportive people. You need to find some
Not
kind of
people who go out
hobby.
and drink and leave you in parking garages every weekend. Okay?
Did that happen? Is there
You
another
need
side
better
story?
friends.
Yeah, that was on our podcast, Tori. You should know that.
I know. I only got
God.
through the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Kidding. You
Most-
guys started
most
talking about
people-
sports. Like, I really want to
everything-
listen to sports.
Everything she just said, I've low-key been telling you in different ways.
Do you see it from a different stranger's perspective? Because this is the thing too. People like my mom will tell me until I'm blue in my face. You're like, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. And then someone else says it to me, a completely different person, and it's freaking eye opening.
And then you're like, God damn it, Mom.
Exactly. Mother always knows best. But
That happens to me a lot. But
I just want to say,
you piece of shit.
I just want to say this to you. You can be a different person. You need to start tomorrow. Just start now. You need to change the way you think about life. It's actually a very beautiful place out there. You're just hiding from it.
Right.
You know how many girls you could be watching bonus features with? Okay?
What are
Taking to get ice
what do
cream.
the crystals do?
The crystals are just more of a positive energy flow. Like rose quartz is my favorite, and it's actually very symbolic to me. When I was little, my nonna, which is grandfather in Italian, and my nonna, grandmother in Italian, they went to Italy, and I was in like 7th grade, and they brought me back a rose quartz bracelet, and I wore it every single day until it broke, and I still have, I think, like 1 or 2 of the balls left. So for me, the rose quartz is more of a communication with my grandfather who has passed away, and it also just means like love, positive energy, things of that. And the crystal, the clear quartz, same thing. It's just good energy flow. So there's a lot of crystals out there, and they all have a lot of different meanings.
Right.
But yeah, I love them. They bring me positive energy, and I bring them
Don't try to
everywhere.
change the subject and talk about the crystals.
Do you have any
need to
questions
stop
about your
being
cards?
a piece of shit.
Can you tell me more shit about my past? I'm curious what the cards say about my past.
The time to go. You're just not properly healed from
Being
high school.
relocated a lot as a child.
Did you move around a lot as a kid?
Yeah.
Were you bullied a lot, or were you
By
picked
me.
on?
A little bit in
little
middle
bit?
school, yeah.
Yeah. No, I
I'll
definitely
bully
say that.
you.
Why do I feel like it's just like, it's like the stupid things that they will say, but like it literally bothers you, and it's like the dumb things. It would just be like, people will be making fun of you, and you know that they're making fun of you, but you don't really know how to properly understand it, in the sense that you just kind of like let it happen rather than standing up for yourself.
Right.
You know, if you stand up for yourself, it starts a conflict, and that's the problem with kids nowadays, and even with the past. Like, same thing happened to me, but like that's kind of just one of those things that sticks with you for the rest of your life, unfortunately. And that's, I think, a huge problem with your upbringing, where you never had that, like, if you moved around long, you definitely didn't have that like stable environment, if you don't mind me saying. And are you from originally Jersey, or are you from, like, why do I want to say like South? Like, why do I want to go towards the South?
I was born in South Carolina.
You
grew
were
up in Georgia.
okay, and then you relocated in Jersey.
Yeah,
When did you move here?
like 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay, yeah. So maybe your heart belongs in the South then. Maybe down the line, if you're looking for a change, this might be the relocation that you want
I'm
to
about
be,
to
where
be
you
the
could start
Z-lister.
fresh. What did you say?
I'm about to be the Z-lister.
Yeah, I'm gonna ditch him.
Good
Sorry,
luck.
we could Skype.
Good luck.
Skype.
I could like be the co-host on this podcast. I'm
How
trying to.
dare you? I knew it from the start. She wants to
I'm
replace
really just
me.
here to make you go back to South Carolina. Bye, boy. You know, Southern belles are out there.
Yeah.
Ladies are hard out here.
Tori only made it through 10 minutes of the first podcast, so she couldn't have heard what you said at the end. You've been
No, I-
saying,
I swear
you've
to-
been
Say at
saying,
the end.
I want to work out and then take good pictures and then get back on Tinder. And then she comes in here and says the same goddamn thing. and you
Honest
take
to
her
God, I had
seriously.
no idea, and I never listened to the last 10 minutes of the podcast. And if you want to do that, you need to start.
Today.
It starts today.
Stop going playing basketball, because that ain't doing shit for you, and go work out, bitch.
No, you play basketball because you like
Work out,
to do it,
crunch.
and then you do.
And it
Crunch.
burns
your own
calories.
Yeah.
Thank
Burn your
you.
fucking calories.
I wish you
I
would.
think basketball is a good way for you to just like meet people in general. You definitely want to expand your social circle.
Yeah, go
Excuse
to a
me.
different YMCA.
Honestly, you don't have to use Tinder. You're a very charming person. You have a job. You can meet people that way. You know, it's okay to go shopping at a mall and see a cute girl and go up to them and be like, "Hey, what's your name?" It's okay to do that. Just don't do it creepily, because
Right.
then
That's
we'll pepper
hard to
spray
do for you.
Fuck you.
But like, you got AJP, he'll be your wingman.
I've been
Vice
telling you
versa.
this.
Uh-huh.
I've been telling you we'll go out, but then you're left in parking garages on the weekends.
He says wild shit to
I
people
know.
that
It
I
doesn't
could never
matter.
say.
What do I have after this podcast? A date. What do you have? A date with a Nintendo Switch. So go fuck yourself.
Be nice to one each other. He has low
This
self-esteem.
is
No,
the
I'm just kidding.
Z-Listers
I'm
podcast.
kidding.
The card says I have low self-esteem. You got to be nice to me.
No. Tough love is the only thing I'm doing with you from now on.
Okay.
But
Because I've been nice to you for too long.
if you really said that to him last week, that you
He says it all the
want to
time.
start changing your diet and working out, you need to do it. Because no one else is going to do it. And I really feel that if you start changing yourself and you start liking yourself, girls are going to see you differently.
Right.
Girls from high school even, they might even be like, "Oh my God, he looks so great. Like, I should reach out to him." Trust me, it works.
Like any girls from high school in particular, like
Ben
You had a
Jerez.
crush on a girl, didn't you, from high school?
maybe.
Are you still friendly with her on Instagram?
No.
No?
I know nobody from high school except him, pretty much.
You know, it doesn't hurt to reach out to people.
I do
So
all
like,
the time.
so like I could, if I have the confidence, I could
Yes.
totally slide into Devin Hawkinson's DMs. You're saying? Is that what you're saying?
DMs, I mean, that's a little, I always thought that was very aggressive when people slide into DMs. If it's meant to be, you two will meet, and, you know, it could happen organically. It might happen through social media, but
Right.
maybe recommendation, you kind of build up your name around that. Like every time you like her photos a lot, you maybe like her Twitter posts or Facebook message, things like that. Maybe comment once in a while, and then I don't think it would be out of the ordinary for you to DM her if you kind of start building it up.
Right.
But this is good advice for any guys out there. I just want to say that this isn't necessarily towards you. Just take it from a woman's perspective. If you start building, she starts seeing your name, and then it won't just be out of the blue that she's DMing you. You know what I mean?
Do you think her
What?
Do you think her boyfriend will care?
Can I tell you that I met my boyfriend when I had a boyfriend of over a year. We
My
were dating.
ex met her new boyfriend while I was her boyfriend.
Yeah, we were dating. I was dating that guy that had the house with the little boy with all that shenanigans that happened to me. We were dating for like a year and 9 months at that point, and I met this person, and I literally looked at him, and I was like, oh my God, like, I don't know who you are, but like, I need you in my life. And I've been dating this amazing man for the end of the month will be a year and a half. And we've been inseparable, and knock on wood, we've hadn't had any issues. There's been no argument, no jealousy. Sometimes girls don't know what's out there. All we know is what's comfort.
Right.
As for that girl, I don't know her. I don't know her name. I don't know who she's dating. So it's a little different, but it's worth the shot. I literally risk being with this person I am with now just to see, like, I just needed to end that relationship with the past and kind of move forward. For the record, me and him were friends before we started dating. I was like, I can't just jump into something. It's, everything takes time. Everything takes healing and time.
So Devin Hawkinson,
Is that her real name?
Yes.
Why are you throwing that? Devin Hawkinson.
Stop, both of you stop. Because
Listen,
I'm the one that has to edit this, and it's going to be so much work.
No, listen. Give him a shot. Give him a chance. He's been crushing on you since high school. I think it's sweet.
Literally, Tori, though, this isn't like a full court shot. This is like standing in the parking lot of the arena.
It really is.
This is not.
Oh my
it's
God,
not
you
even,
should see her. She's beautiful.
That is the
Dude.
sweetest thing.
Oh my God, she's definitely. If she leaves her man for me, she's trading down.
That's the
See,
problem.
that's the
the
problem.
problem right there. You have no confidence in yourself. You just said it right there, and that's the issue. You can't think like that.
Right.
I'm like yelling at you and I'm pointing at you, and I do apologize about that.
And it's scaring me.
I'm sorry. But don't think like that. You don't have to think like that. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
21.
You are 21 years
21
old.
years young.
21 years young. See? Starting to change already. You need to say you are smart. You are confident. You are handsome. You can do anything. And I want you to say it right now.
I'm smart.
No.
not with the smirk.
No.
Say it for real.
You have
say
to
it with
say
your
it.
chest.
You have to say it like you mean it.
I'm smart.
No, come on.
He's not doing it.
I'm smart. I'm confident. I am hilarious. Maybe one of the funniest people on the planet. And I deserve Devin Hawkinson.
I'm going to send this to her.
Oh my goodness.
This is what you do.
Okay, you
don't
got to
comment,
work
though.
on that.
You
But
don't,
you're getting there. You're getting there for
you don't
sure.
comment, though. What you do is you reply to her picture in her DMs and then write a comment.
Right.
Because you can unsend a DM on Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
So you can.
Why, you would know?
Yeah, because you make yourself look,
you would
make yourself
definitely
look
know.
silly, and then you gotta take the comment back.
I've been getting better, though. This year, I've been boosting the confidence.
No, you haven't.
What I do is
Let him talk.
I
No,
get
you haven't.
compliments.
Let him talk.
Fuck you. I get compliments and I bank them. I put them in my little compliment piggy bank. I can rattle off all the compliments I get because that's how important they are.
That's right. He shouldn't be hanging on to compliments that he got. He should be trying
What
to
if
get
they
new
help me, though?
compliments.
I'm actively seeking new
I
compliments.
still think
Are
about
you,
the
though?
person that held the door for me in 4th grade. No, I'm just kidding.
I was standing
you
in
could-
line outside of a bar and some random dude was like, "You're a handsome guy." And I still think about that sometimes. just randomly
fuck 'em,
said
man.
I'm a handsome guy.
That is so nice.
Yeah, from another
but you
dude. That's
need to hear it
Brady likes
from
compliments
yourself.
more from men than women.
that
I
is
say
true.
this?
I've said that to him.
I used to have very low self-esteem, and I
Uh-huh.
had horrible confidence. I had no confidence whatsoever. I was so embarrassed, and I hated going to school. I hated how I looked. I hated how I dressed. I hated it all. It wasn't until recently where I was like, I'm a great person. Like, I give out a lot of love, and I give out a lot of positive energy, and I feel beautiful both inside and out. And the reason I'm saying this is because I wasn't always like that. And I understand where you're coming from, where I would be like, if a guy called me beautiful, I'd be like, oh my God, like that's all I would think about. Like, oh my God, he thinks I'm pretty. He thinks I'm beautiful. Like, oh my God,
That's what I
this is
should
so
have said
amazing.
so you interviewed me.
What?
I should have called you beautiful so you would have interviewed me.
No, I would have been like, sir, this is a professional manner. Please do not flirt with me. Plus, I think I had a boyfriend at the time. Did I? What year did you?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll talk about that on a different day. So I get what you're saying. However, it's also like, now it's just like, yeah, it's a great compliment. And thank you. I really appreciate that. But it's like, I have to know it too. Like, I have to believe it too.
Uh-huh.
And this is from the girl that used to be called ugly all the time in middle school. Like, people used to, like, torture me in middle school.
Right.
And now I'm out here on the Z-List Celebrity Podcast. So
First
shout
of all,
out.
Get the goddamn name right. I'm not going to let you come on my podcast.
What is this called?
I'm not going to let you come on my podcast and say
What
the
is
wrong
this
name. What am I even doing here? It's the Z-Listers podcast.
Oh, it's the
okay?
Z-Listers. I'm sorry.
We're the Z-listers. You
What
get
am
it?
I?
You're
like-
our guest.
I'm the guest. Be our
You don't
guest.
want to be a Z-lister celebrity.
I don't want to be a celebrity at all.
I do.
I like my lifestyle the way it is. I'm just very happy all the time.
You know we got 100 followers on SoundCloud in a week?
I downloaded
5
SoundCloud
plays.
just to listen to your podcast.
And then listen to the first 10 minutes.
Yes. But I'm
We
gonna
got
listen to
500 plays on the first episode in a week.
That's
we're
pretty
getting
great.
we're getting listens from India. We're
That's
out
great.
here.
We really are. Before we get to the...
Yeah, what's the other box of cards?
Oh, it's just another box of cards. It's
It's
more
the
about
same-
your
same one?
self-esteem,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
which
already-
we might want to use.
I still want
called
to
the
go
Goddess
through
cards.
it, but before we go through it, could I take a little potty break?
Oh my. Yes. yeah.
Yes. So fucking weird.
All right, we're back from Brady's potty break.
Oh, are we on? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. It's okay.
No warning, just started it.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
everyone.
I got places to be.
Okay.
I can't be waiting for your
Okay.
fucking week stream.
Okay, let's
all right?
go.
Every episode, you got to stop and piss.
If anything, I've got a strong stream. I counted solid 90 seconds.
All right, let's not talk about
That's
pee
why I
anymore.
call you the conversational dam, because whether it's with your words
actually
or
really
your
funny.
or your bladder, you ruin the conversations.
So do you
Hey,
want your
he's
cards
doing
read
bad things
by
for my
your
self-esteem.
goddess
Do I want
card?
what?
Do you want your...
I'm
Yes.
being mean so that you can.
Please.
So basically what I did before, I do the same with these cards. I'm just going to light a little bit of sage,
Can I see the box?
set the mood. Yes. There we go. Oh my God. One thing I can't stand is when I read someone and then they touch my cards without asking.
Uh-huh.
Like what you did was fine because you ask, oh, can I see the box?
Does that
But
mess up the energy?
It just, it kind of does. It really does. Because I'm like, can you not touch my cards that I've been using for like
And like
2.5 years right now? And she,
shit.
like, this one person just like
You're
was
thinking
like
about
playing with it.
someone
I was
in-
like, oh.
You're thinking about someone very particular.
I
right now.
am, because it happened and it like literally cringed me out. I was like, can you not do that? And I'm not a very assertive person.
Can I hold a crystal?
Later.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So we
don't
like
want
the
to mess
sage.
up my reading, okay? Don't touch
Now
keep
these
your
are the
hands off
same but
crystals.
different, or
No, these are completely different. So
Okay.
these are the goddess cards. By
oh, okay, I
Doreen
remember
Virtue.
these. You did these on Instagram.
And they're angelic, powerful, and loving. Who they just want to help you. These are like actual goddesses.
That's how
like,
I
They
was
wanna
described
help
in the
me.
yearbook.
They actually.
They're kind of like my spiritual wingmen in life.
Let's call them the spiritual wing woman, considering
Okay.
they're all women and they're all
Right.
very empowering. And this is the thing with these kind of cards. You can read them on men, even
Uh-huh.
though they are all ladies.
Will these cards hypothetically tell me any information I might need to know about
I think it might help
Devin
just-
Hawkinson?
Overall.
Okay.
So we're going to do what we did before. So I'm going to clear out the energy, knock the cards, and whenever you're comfortable, please tell me when to stop.
Okay.
You let her shuffle. I'm going to tell you something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
She's giving you the tools. You got to build. All right? Tori did not come here to build the house for you.
Right.
She came here to give you the tools.
Uh-huh.
All right?
You're a tool.
Accurate. And they're fighting again.
And didn't say it yet. I almost got you.
This is making for a great
Stop,
podcast.
please.
Past, present, future. So your past card is Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and you are being answered. Your present card, it's here. It's right here. It's right now. I'm your answered prayer. I'm giving you the tools.
Right.
Your present card is, I'm so bad at pronouncing names. I do apologize. So I am going to be saying this wrong. It's like the goddess Fairjay, and it's bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. And your future card is Genuine, true love. The romantic stirring in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you.
Devin?
It doesn't say what form that love is coming, though. That could be silicone love, too.
Oh, my God.
He has a fleshlight if you didn't understand that.
You. No,
you guys curse way too much on this podcast. There
This
could be
is our
children.
podcast, Tori. I told you.
There are not going to be children. What?
There could be children listening to SoundCloud rappers right now
Here's the
trying
deal.
to check out your.
Here's the deal.
Maybe their parents need
See-
to police them
Yes.
a little better.
I'm not responsible for anything I say.
Oh my goodness. So I just want to say your past card was Mother Mary, which is expect a miracle. Your present card is bold, and your future card is true love. I just kind of want to talk about the present card and the future card. This is kind of your sign saying that you need to change. You need to start
being
doing
a
things
bitch.
for yourself. Did we just not say don't talk over each other? I'm so
You just
aggressive.
flipped me off.
I'm so verbally aggressive. No, I'm not. AJP, I love you. So I just want to say with the bold, this is kind of just more of another sign for you. Like just change. You can change in a positive way.
Change your
And
fucking
your
diaper,
future
your
card
baby.
is the whole thing with the girl that you were mentioning before. If you can't get her, I know that kind of sounds weird because she's not a present. She's not like that.
Right.
If it doesn't work out, if you kind of swing and miss, which it
You
might
will.
happen, you might strike out. To be perfectly honest, this is just how we are. Like
They're
this
not
is
even letting you
dating.
in the stadium.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, this is just dating like 101 practically. With the whole thing with true love, you will find someone that makes your heart happy, that will help you become a better person, and you will also help them become a better person. But you have to change
You
for
have to leave the
yourself.
house.
You need to change for yourself before you before you can make a change in someone else's life.
Okay.
So with that, I
Person
just
could
want
be
to
sitting
say,
right next to you.
for that, I want to say I send you lots of love and light, and thank you so much for letting me reach you.
Thank you so much, Tori.
You're welcome.
With the
I feel like that wasn't sincere.
That
That was sincere. That was
yeah,
sincere.
she feels
I
energy.
feel
She
the energy.
she can feel my sincerity.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I don't want you to disrespect my friend here.
He's still up there.
Is that what you like to call me?
Yeah, you're my friend.
You're my friend. You're my friend too.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
Is
make
he
it weird. I'll
getting
downgrade
anything
you.
out of this, by the way? Is he
No,
still
he's
watching?
gone. He's been
okay.
gone.
Okay.
When we first started, I told Brady. I mean Brady. That was a joke. I'm sorry. That was a joke. I'm really sorry.
Brad
that
with a
wasn't
Y,
funny. I
Brad
do
with a
apologize.
Y.
It is Brady.
Yeah.
We were just teasing before. No, but real talk. I was telling him
Real
how
talk.
he had a gentleman and spirit on the other side, but I just think it's the room and the energy. So
Uh-huh. You know how you said like there are certain people that are with you and guide you. Can you see anybody on us?
no, not this time.
This is serious. My grandma started hanging out with like all her old high school friends again
That's
recently.
adorable.
And they like paint rocks together and they do a lot of weird shit. But I would love to like have them get together and then you come and like read them.
Are some of them widows?
Probably. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
But they
I'd
would
love to.
they always like want stuff to do. And,
I
like, they
mean, as
literally
long
paint
as they're not.
rocks,
This
like-
is the thing with card reading. Some people, if they're very religious,
they're not open to it.
They're not open to it at all. You know, I've been told like, from a group of people, they were when I told them I started doing it, they're like, oh, that's devils talking, and I'm like, it's really not because I'm talking to angels. But all right, if you don't want to be supportive and you don't want to believe this, like I don't have to be your friend. It's really not that big of a deal. So everyone kind of has a different take, which is fine. I'm a very open-minded person. I'm a very loving person. I'm very accepting of others as long as they don't do anything to kind of if they're not like if they don't do anything to harm people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, once you showed me that picture, I'm all in.
Yeah, right?
I saw the face in it. I'm all in.
This group of people that I used to hang out with, they just were not. They were trying to change me into something that I wasn't. So.
I want you to do the purple cards.
Am I doing a purple? Am I giving you a reading now?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, not
I don't
at all.
ask too much.
This should be good.
I don't ask too much.
I'm like, honestly, I'm so nervous to read you.
Why?
Because I don't think I've ever read you before, and we've been friends for so long.
I think you have on Instagram, through Instagram Live.
That's true.
But I feel like this is like
different.
Real AF.
I really do
There's
connect
no
with people
here.
in person. And I do readings. If you do want to book me for a reading, I do readings over the phone, over FaceTime, Skype, over email. Yeah, so if you are interested in booking one, you can reach out to me.
I'll put all your information.
You want to put my website out there, ToryLava.com. You can follow me on Instagram, ToryLava41, Twitter, ToryLava, ToryLava.
It is with a Y, in case you were wondering.
Thank you for that.
All right, let me get my reading.
All right,
what do we say
ready?
about talking over each other?
Okay, so you weren't talking the whole time?
Every time you were trying to say something, he would totally interrupt you. I got you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Are you guys ready?
I'm so ready.
All right. So we're going to just clear the deck.
Don't want him to get any of my juju.
No. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Is juju a term you use a lot?
No, I don't use that. I don't use mojo either. There's a lot of terms I don't use.
In the medium community, do they like mojo and juju?
Are there any like poser terms? You know what I mean?
I mean,
that's a good question.
Right.
There's definitely poser psychics. I've gone to a psychic before with now my ex, but that guy.
You can stop, by the way.
Well, I can stop. Can you tell me to stop again?
Stop.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna pull out your past, your present, and your future. And I was at a psychic one time. Spent a lot of money. We spent we got a couples reading, and we spent almost $200 on this woman because he had a lot of family members that had passed away that he wanted to connect with. And I had a couple too that I wanted to connect with. This woman did not read any of our past members that have passed away. She charged us almost $200, and she was saying things like, you guys are going to be together forever. You guys are going to do this. You have this in your family. You have that in your family. We didn't last forever. We ended up breaking up like 6 months later or whatever.
Because
none of that. We looked into our background of ancestry. None of that was true. None of the people that we came in, and she kind of just talked about herself the whole time. So really bad experience.
You want to name drop her so we can shame her?
No, I definitely don't want to name drop. It was just such a bad experience, and I just want to say this, like, and I understand that sometimes people ask me like, oh, can you try to connect with my loved ones? And I'm going to be like, sorry, I literally cannot do that. Like, I'm just not they're not ready to talk to me. They're not ready to say anything. Sometimes even with card readings, I will be completely off. But there's kind of with going saying, it just kind of felt like I felt scammed. Mm-hmm. Like we could have been like, honestly, I didn't think I got anything out of it. And I'm pretty sure we said that. We were like, we didn't get what we wanted from this. Mm-hmm. And, like I would have offered like a refund or something. And I've done that before. I've literally said to someone like, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm having a very difficult time reading you. I do want to return your money. Mm-hmm. And they would either be like, oh no, it's fine. Or yeah, sure. I would appreciate that, which is fine. There's no shame. This is the thing about like, there's no ego. There should be no ego in spirit. You know, everyone's not perfect. Mediums are not perfect. Psychics are not perfect. They're not all going to get it at the same time. Just like everyday people, you make mistakes and it's fine, but I don't do this for money. I do this for healing, and I do this for love.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had somebody request a reading and they're just like a huge skeptic the whole time, and they're just like, I don't believe this?
Have I ever read a skeptic? Probably deep down they've been skeptical. I feel like my boyfriend might have been skeptical when we first started talking.
But if you pay for it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm skeptical of the people on like the boardwalk and stuff like that. But then from time to time, I'm thinking like, maybe I should just go to them just for shits and gigs. Let's see what they could get. Maybe because I'm waiting for the day I go to
read them while they read you.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be so funny?
A read off.
I wouldn't tell them that I was a reader though at all. I would totally keep that to myself, see if they could pick up on it.
Yeah, and if they don't, then they're phonies.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
They could be having an off day.
Yeah. Like, just like
Or
I was
be
saying, like, I've had
phonies.
an off day before with readings, but
Every day for you is off.
What if you're
Brady.
having an off day right now and all that shit's not gonna happen?
I'm pretty sure I'm having an off
No,
day
she's
today.
she's on point today.
Yeah. All right. So do you want me to read your cards?
Yeah, I'm so
okay.
ready.
No, you're so good. So this is your past card, and let's go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We have been working with you on this situation since its genius, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay in your present path as if it will take you very far indeed. Your present card is Notice the Signs. Yes, the signs we've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and never alone.
I went in Wawa yesterday, in a Wawa I never would go in, and I swear to God, there's a feather on the floor. I'm not even kidding.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
And your future card is family. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within each situation and allow yourself to feel at peace. I just want to talk about the future card just because I know a little bit about your family background. I don't want to get into that too much because it is like personal. However, I do want to say also that I know that you just want, like, you're one of those guys that just want to get married and have a wife and have a family. So you definitely will have a family if you do want that and you do want to pursue that. You just got to remember that you're so young. Don't rush into anything. Really focus on yourself still. You got a lot to learn.
You're basically saying use condoms.
Basically, yes. If Trojan wants to sponsor you, that would be amazing.
Sponsored by Trojan.
Sponsored by Trojan. That can make that happen. Maybe one
I like
day.
my reading. Why'd you
I
just
do
raise
want to
your hand like
say,
you have a question?
what do you have?
Can
with
I ask
that?
a question? Could
Sure.
could the family be a family that's not his? Like somebody's mom, for instance. Could that be in the cards? It's open for interpretation, right?
It is. However, I don't
you.
think we should get into that.
Right.
We could talk that off the podcast.
Fuck you.
I do want to say notice the signs. You have a lot of opportunities coming up. Maybe in some kind of small business that you've been looking
Maybe
into.
in a podcast by myself.
But I do want to talk about this small business with the notice the signs. And,
Okay.
and I feel like something's coming up for you that you've been meaning to discuss, but you've been pushing off lately. So with that, I say go for it, which is your past card, because that's been what you've been doing your whole life. You've just been going for it. You're a very adventurous person. You don't like to sit still. You're always on the move. You're always trying to meet people, trying to network, trying to work hard. Continue with that. It will get you places, and it will get you very far indeed. With that, I send you lots of love and light.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was very nice.
Do you guys have any
Way
more
better
questions?
than Brady's.
Can you do his yellow cards? Do you have time?
Do you
Yeah,
have time?
I have time.
Do you have time?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll read your
I
yellow
got
cards
nothing
real
but
quick.
time.
So far, do you? Whose reading do you think was better? I feel like mine was.
I think you guys were both
I feel
read
like
in your
Brady's
own
was
way.
more.
Mine's exciting.
No, yours
Mine was
was-
love. Yours is
I think
family.
Yours
Ugh.
was
I
needed
think
though.
yours was needed in your life
Yeah.
right now. I think yours
Mine
was just,
was
more
positive
validation.
affirmation.
Uh-huh.
AGP, yours
a
was
life
more validation
crisis.
to see what was going on in your life.
You needed help.
So we're gonna
Brady.
bust out the goddess cards again.
Okay. Quiet down, Adam.
It's actually AJP on the podcast.
Thank you,
You're
Tori.
welcome. I got you.
You're the
Tori with
shittiest
love.
co-host ever.
Can I read my cards now?
I hope Devin never
Stop
replies to you.
Stop spreading negative energy.
I hope
Don't
Devin
you say
never
that.
replies
Don't you
to you.
say that.
You're gonna have to light some more sage because I'm being negative for a second. I hope Devin exposes you.
Fuck
I
you.
hope she sends her
You're
boyfriend
not
to her
getting
house.
married. You're just,
Dog,
you're
dog,
just gonna
I'm
be
we're
on
gonna
Tinder
sage,
forever.
and it's
Fuck.
gonna
What'd
be
you
all
say?
positive.
You're gonna be on Tinder forever.
and
Fuck
it's
you.
love
You.
and
You're not even on
light.
Tinder because you're like, I don't like my
Ask your
body.
mom to
It is
refill the
love and
Tinder
light
with
up
gold.
in here.
Listen,
We are
I'm on the
just so
Apple Family
positive
plan,
right now.
okay?
We are
I'm on the
just
Apple Family
loving
plan. That's why
life.
my
It
mom
is all
pays for
good
Tinder.
energy. It is good vibes. Happy times, happy days. Okay, they just made up. Great. Moving on.
No, that's how we fight. When Brady comes at me, I just make a kissy face and then he backs off.
I'm gonna clear the deck. That was a really obnoxious knock. That I
Do you ever wonder if you hit it hard enough?
No.
How hard is too hard and how light is too light? Could you just give it a
I'm
little?
really just not. I'm not gonna demonstrate that right now. Okay.
I feel like half your questions are sincere, the other half are trying to be silly.
I'm just curious what the technique is.
Technique.
You can stop there.
Okay. So we have your past card, your present card, and your future card.
Do you ever accidentally like pull out 4 cards and you're like, oh, this is embarrassing?
No. That's a great question because sometimes cards will jump out at me. And that's just part of the reading. It's very natural when that happens. It's totally normal.
Right.
So your pass card is Coradel. Go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air.
That's my pass card?
That's your pass card because you used to be a homebody. Your present card is Damarer, guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. And your future card is Dana, highest priest. You have a divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching.
I love that one.
So
I don't like that one.
I feel like because that just boosted his ego.
Your ego's big enough.
I do want to just kind of like leave it at that for now. I don't want to get too into those kind of cards.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think you kind of accepted it and understand it. And you don't have any questions.
No, I support that 100%. I understand it, and I think you're the child that I need to help guide. Brady.
You know what?
I really think that's
honestly.
I am your elder.
This is the thing,
and it's time you respect me.
This is the thing between you two.
I've put him in so many situations to just. I've assisted him so much. All he has to do is dunk. I mean, and he just doesn't. But that's not.
Look, she's lighting the stage again because you're being negative.
No.
I just want to light the stage to clear the.
What
energy.
I was saying is that doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue. But you gotta take the shot when I'm throwing it up to you. You know.
Right.
I brought him to a show one time, and this older woman came up and tried to give us beer, and I hated that laugh.
Fuck you.
And I mean, he totally could have made a play, but he did nothing.
She wasn't.
She was in her pajamas.
She was like a 50-year-old woman.
Take the shot. Shooter's gonna shoot. Right?
Well, you didn't take the shot.
I was not available. I might have been, but I think that was all for you.
It was a couple weeks after the big break. So.
You were available. What I'm saying
I'm always available.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I throw it up to you, you know,
I'll smash it down next time.
That's what I'm saying. So.
I'll take beer from strangers.
Yeah. All right. Vinny P is calling me right now.
Can we get him on?
We can try. Yo, what up, homie?
What is good? I'm on the highway. Entertain me.
I'm on the podcast with Tory Lava right now.
And?
Today's Monday. True. Never mind.
Yeah, let me, I'll call you later.
All right, sounds good.
Neal
Brady's here, too. He wants me to tell you.
Hi.
Okay, hi, Brady.
And Tory says hi, too.
Hi, Vinny. I love you.
Hello, Tory Lava.
I love Vinny P.
I'll call you in a little bit.
All right, sounds good, man.
Peace out.
Be easy.
We got to figure out a way to get phone calls. If I keep this mixer, we can get phone calls back on the podcast.
That'd be lit.
That would be lit. Litty lit.
So we both got readings. How do you feel about yours, Brady? Are you gonna do anything with this knowledge you received today? He just shrugged.
Can I tell you?
You forget that we're not on video sometimes.
Can I tell you that I've gotten readings before and I've kind of dismissed them, and then later on in my life that they've kind of pieced together and it made more sense to be down the line.
It was like you were saying before, when your mom tells you something, you dismiss it, and then when someone else says it, you know, like so.
It clicks.
You're gonna not the Adam Sandler movie, but it's gonna click. You know, it's you're gonna experience something later on, and you'll be like, damn, this is like reminded me when Tory gave me that reading.
Right.
And you just have to accept it.
Like I was telling you guys before we started the podcast about, I would kind of predict my friends' futures, and all of this crazy stuff started happening. So it kind of all happens when you least expect it. But then, like when it starts happening, it all pieces together. Long story short, I gave this girl a reading I was working with, and I was telling her that this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and this is going to happen. Sure enough, my timeline was pretty spot on. I ended up running into her down the shore at some bar, and she's like, I've been meaning to reach out to you. Everything that you told me came true. So I don't want to get into details because it's her personal life, but just it clicks eventually. It happens.
Is it bad then that we did this publicly?
What do you mean?
Like you said, like, okay.
No, not at all.
Do you do sports predictions?
No.
Could I find out who the winners are?
I'm not going to know
Now
who the races won in the sports and the
you're being silly.
NBA. I know that Fergie's career might be over, but that's about it.
Yo, shots fired at Fergie. Fuck you, Fergie.
Okay, for the record, I love me some Fergalicious, but
Milk song?
that national anthem, that was
Oh,
bad.
that
That
one.
was straight up just like cringeworthy.
Yeah.
So I hope she recovers from that.
Why
I
didn't
send
I
her the
see
best.
you out there on the court on Team LeBron?
I give her also
You're
credit 'cause,
talking
like,
about
I
her like
can't
she's
sing
sick
like
or
that.
something. Like, I hope she gets better soon.
I hope she recovers from it. Okay, this is the thing. I work a PR job. I studied PR. I'm all about crisis management and how to diffuse a situation. So I see it from a PR standpoint, and I'm sure something's going to happen. She's going to get a lot of positive press. Watch, a song's going to be released soon, something along those lines, to kind of be like, oh yeah, I forgot that she did that, but this is a really good song. So I send her my best. I see, and it's a hard song to sing.
It was not written to be sang.
I know,
Sung.
but
Banged.
people have done it.
Bung.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. But no, I don't do sports
shout out to
prediction.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
What's the besides things that my co-host has said? What's something that people ask that's like very like offensive or just like really like, or like
Offensive?
Not offensive, but like ignorant. That might
Ignorant.
be a better. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really
Besides
get offended.
like the demon thing.
There's just like the like people have said to me, "Oh, I think you're a witch. You're a witch." And it's like, I'm not a witch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't practice witchcraft. And there's nothing wrong with being a Wiccan or witch. I have a lot of friends that are. I don't really care what your religious background is. If you want to do that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Bottom line is, as long as you're not hurting people. For a religious aspect, if anyone like is wondering or asking, I just identify myself as a spiritualist. There are practices and principles that I believe in. I go to a spiritualist church. So with that being said, I'm all about love and just trying to help people. So that's a big thing that people can be like, oh, mediums are witches, fortune tellers are witches or gypsies or whatever. It's like, even if they are, who cares? Are they hurting people? No.
That's my thing. If you're not hurting anybody or yourself or breaking the law,
Yeah.
just do whatever.
Uh-huh.
If you're not breaking the law,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. And I think
I want
a
to
lot
put
of
emphasis on
Is-
breaking the law.
Is that is
Shut your
that your
mouth, shut your mouth.
philosophy?
That's my.
this is also
Don't
another
make a
thing
comment.
too.
I'm just saying.
Segueing off of that, like people are so quick to judge.
Really, they really are.
People are so quick to judge. Like you don't.
Where's your degree in criminal justice, Brady? You're so quick to judge.
What I was saying before, how people were. They're like, oh, you're doing the devil's work. And it's like, you don't even know what I'm doing because you're not even asking. You're just telling me that I'm doing that. And I'm not doing that.
You
Yeah.
old biddy. Do you call old women old biddies?
No.
I
don't think anyone should. And that's really kind of not necessary to do. So I don't know why you would bring that up. And I'm going to call you out on that.
He's a conversational
Please respect
dam.
women
He's
because
the
I am.
conversation-
I'm not disrespecting them. I'm just saying if they're, it's like calling an old dude a kook or something, you know?
Crazy old kook? Yeah, I guess so. But like,
Yeah.
no.
You crazy old biddy. You don't.
It's
you
funny
don't
when
know
you
of
say
my
it, but
word.
it's very disrespectful.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's move on from that question.
Ask your grandmother. I'm very respectful to older women.
I fucking hate this guy. I
Moving
fucking hate this
on.
guy.
Going back to witches real quick. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the Scooby-Doo?
Which Scooby-Doo? I
the
love
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo
Oh my
movie
God.
where with the hex girls.
No, I don't
Hex
think.
girls, and
No.
I'm gonna
I'm turning
put
your
a
mic
spell
off.
on you.
I'm turning
That's
your
so
mic
funny.
I was
though.
just wondering how accurate it was.
Yeah.
They're in like a metal band, but they're also witches.
Okay, but like Scooby-Doo did an episode with Kiss, so just
Did
wanted to-
they?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm
they
just gonna
did.
leave.
So
That's
off.
interesting.
You two
great.
just talk about Scooby-Doo.
I love Scooby-Doo. I haven't watched Scooby-Doo in forever. Oh my god, you're checking me back.
Maybe you should leave. We'll just
We'll just
this will
talk about
become our
cartoons,
podcast.
yeah.
We'll call it The Believer and the Skeptic.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good name.
Right?
Low key, I'll give you that. That was actually a really good name. I want to hate
Thank
on
you.
it, but I can't.
Thank you.
Anywho's,
So what else? What else do you want to promote or talk about, Tori?
I think I put in all my plugs.
You
I think
good?
I
Do you
said
have
my
to sage
story.
to like close? Do you have to close any doors or anything? Or
no,
lock
we're
up?
good. I already saged. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm
You
good.
sure?
Yeah.
Can you just sage him one more time? Because I think he needs it.
Sage and water. I do house cleansings. That's
Do you ever
kinda
just
fun.
do you ever just light the sage because it smells nice?
Yeah.
Can you
sure, why
read
not?
yourself?
Yeah. I sage myself. I sage people.
But can you read yourself?
Can I read myself? Yes, I can read my own cards. Yes.
Don't you think that's
when
kind
I
of
was
cheating,
going,
though?
what?
Don't you think that's kind of like cheating?
No, I don't think so. When I was in a really weird position, transitioning into the gentleman I'm seeing now and that I've been dating for the past year and a half. Prior to him, I was in a really like rocky relationship with someone, and every day I would kind of read my cards just to kind of give myself that sign. saying that like, no, it's okay. Like this is the right direction. This is the person that I need to be with, X, Y, and Z. So yeah. And then even when I just have a bad day, sometimes I just read myself just to kind of calm myself down and be like, no, tomorrow's going to be better. I'm pretty active with my horoscope. I always like to check my horoscope.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Same.
Are you really? When's your birthday?
June
Oh, what day?
25th.
Why? I hate when fucking people do that.
What?
Give her the day.
I know people are
I
like
did-
July.
I didn't know it
June,
mattered.
August.
Yes, it fucking
It
matters.
does. Oh, you never know. Like sometimes we
You
have
could have the same birthday.
Yeah.
Dumb fuck.
Uh-huh.
I am July
Oh my god,
6th.
I hate that. When people ask you where are you from, do you say, "Well, my family's from"? I want to fucking strangle people that do that. No, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you where you're from.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm gonna make the drive to fucking dick you down,
Can
I
I
need to know
just-
where you're from.
Can I just say this makes a lot of sense, and I feel like giving you your reading because you are a Cancer. I understand your sign. I understand your emotions.
Uh-huh.
And the thing
She
is
knows
too
you're a
with
bitch.
Cancers, we're very loyal people. Stop, because I'm a Cancer.
I'm talking
We're
to him
very loyal
specifically.
people, but we are very sensitive at the same time. So we kind of, when I was reading you, I felt a very strong, like, we have a lot in common. You know, we have that sense of, I know what you've been through because I've been through it too type of situation. So
Right.
kind of makes more sense now that I know that you're a Cancer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Cancers are always, like, tough as nails or shells because we're crabs.
And good in bed too, right? That's
I don't like to talk about my sex life in public. That's none of anyone's
you can
business.
talk about mine though. Could you
You
say that?
want to talk about
okay,
it? I'm
wait.
not going to talk about it.
Okay, wait. Let's talk about it. Ready?
Oh my god.
Hear me not talking? Did you hear me not talking? Because it
I got that
doesn't
joke.
exist.
All right, let's wrap this up, you guys.
Yeah, because I got to go see Black Panther. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you want to contact Tori, all her information and social media and website will be in the description. And if you like this podcast, share it, rate it, review, do whatever you got to do. I promise I'll try to help Brady work on being the conversational dam, and we'll also work on his bladder problems. Maybe we can get through. Maybe we'll be able to get through an hour 15 without him stopping.
Guys,
to
I
take
will
potty
see a
break.
doctor about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's about it. You want to say anything else before we wrap this up? And don't say anything crazy or stupid.
You can follow me on Instagram, Yo Soy McLovin.
Who's that
Hit me up.
directed
I think you know.
All right, it's the Z-Listers podcast. We love you. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.